Hi, welcome to PhotoshopLightroomTV. I'm your host, Marek Mularczyk, and from sitetraining.co.uk, and this is episode number 18. Now this week I've got a review of another device for you. Now this won't be a lens, this will be something else. I've got a nice new external hard drive, so I'm going to share a review of this hard drive with you. I've also got some more tutorials as usual, and the usual tip of the week. Okay? So let's start with the review. I've just got this new portable hard drive from iOmega. It's called Ego. This is the USB 3.0 hard drive. Okay? Now, very well done, very well made, really good. Slightly heavier than my previous Western Digital. Okay? Slightly heavier. Well, it's bigger as well, 500, 320. But very well made. Drive is the USB 3.0. Now USB 3.0 is backwards compatible, so if you have only 2.0 on your computer, you can still use it, alright? But if you have USB 3.0 on your computer, this might be up to 10 times faster than USB 2.0. USB 3.0 is much faster. Okay? iOmega has recently released the information that now they're going to move all their portable hard drives, all the Egos, to USB 3.0 without any extra charge. Okay? I've actually purchased this hard drive for about 70 or 75 pounds. That's not too bad for 500 gigabytes. Now let's see what I've got for you this week. Let's have a look. Okay, here I am inside Adobe Photoshop. I'm using Adobe Photoshop CS5. I've got this image here, and this needs a few adjustments. First of all, the image needs to be cropped. And second of all, the image needs some adjustments, color adjustments, because it's got a tint, a magenta tint in the image. So the first thing I'm going to do will be to crop the image. So I'm going to use my crop tool, or just press C on a keyboard. Look in the options bar and make sure you have no settings for width and height and resolution, unless you want to prepare it for the print, that you could type in some values here. Okay. And with the crop tool, I'm just going to click and drag here. Now new in CS5 is this crop grid. Okay, you won't see it if you use CS4, but the rest is the same overlay. I'm going to rotate it now a bit. I'll drag these sliders. Don't want to see any white backgrounds. This is the scan of an old photograph, that's why it's good. Okay, and I'll accept it using the options bar. Now the next step will be to deal with the color tint. Now in the old days, the old technique would be to go to image adjustments and use one of the adjustments. And new in CS4 and CS5 is the adjustments panel. If you use Photoshop CS3, you can still use the adjustment layers by clicking on this icon here. Right? The main difference will be that in CS4 and CS5 we do have an adjustments panel, and you will see the adjustment here in this window. In CS3 the pop-up window will come out on the screen. So what I want to do here is I want to play with the color. I'm going to use curves, our old good curves. So I'll click on the curves adjustment. This creates a new adjustment layer in the layers panel, and the curves adjustment opens inside the adjustments panel, CS4 and CS5. The rest is the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'll move on to the red channel, and I'll lower the values a bit. Okay, and in the here a bit more. Don't want to go too much. It looks okay. Then I'll move on to the blue channel, because now the image gets slightly blue, so I'm going to lower these values to bring some yellows in the image. Starts looking good. Just a bit too much. Okay, just slightly. It looks okay. And I can preview before and after by clicking on this eye icon here. That's my before, that's after. A bit of a difference, isn't it? And when I'm done, I'll just click on this left pointing icon here, left pointing arrow, to go back to the main menu. And that's my image. That's my before and after. If I want to make any edits to my curves, I can just simply click here on the icon, and it reopens the curves adjustment. I'll do one more thing here. I want to bring some more contrast, so I'm going to take the black line and I'll lower it a bit. Okay, it looks okay. Good. Because remember that if you use image adjustments menu, you can apply these settings, but you won't be able to get back and refine them. Photoshop won't remember them because there won't be any adjustment layer. With the adjustment layers, at any time I can reopen the file, click on the adjustment layers layer icon, and I can refine it. If I go back to red channel, Photoshop remembers my settings. Okay, and that's how it's done. So let's get back to Studio. Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial in Photoshop. Now some more information for you. I've got a review of a fantastic new book that has just recently came out. The new series of Classroom in a Book. There's Adobe Photoshop CS5 Classroom in a Book by Adobe Press. A fabulous book, another version of a bestseller for Adobe applications. Great book, great quality, all color images. It also comes with a CD on the back with all the exercise files. Next week I'm going to have a tutorial about a really exciting new feature in CS5. So once again, Adobe Photoshop CS5 Classroom in a Book from Adobe Press, Classroom in a Book series, available everywhere in bookstores and online as well. Here in the UK, it's about £40. You can find it with different prices online. In bookstores, it's about £40. Okay, fantastic new book. I love all these books from Adobe, these Classroom in a Book series. Lightroom book as well, and Dreamweaver in Flash, the really fantastic books. And I will be giving away some books soon. Here's my tip of the week for you this time. Okay? You are working on an image, on a raw image in Adobe Camera Raw. Now what's going to happen if you click on the Open button that can be found in the bottom of the Camera Raw dialog box? Okay. Now what's going to happen when you click on the Open button? A copy of the raw image is going to be opened in Photoshop with the Camera Raw settings that you applied in Camera Raw. Yeah. Right. I've got one more tutorial for you. Okay. Well, not tutorial really. I'm going to show you a really interesting resource online. If you want to get some accreditation and you say you've been using Photoshop for quite a while or Lightroom, you can become an Adobe Certified Associate or an Adobe Certified Expert. There are 2 levels of certification with Adobe products. Okay? This brings you worldwide recognition. For example, if you become an Adobe Certified Expert, you receive a certificate from Adobe. You also can use Adobe logo on your business card, on your website, when you become an Adobe Certified Expert. Let's say you've been using a program for quite a while, maybe a year, 2, maybe 5, and you know it very, very well. Why not become Adobe Certified to get the worldwide recognition? There are 2 levels of Adobe certification. Adobe Certified Associate, ACA, okay, and Adobe Certified Expert, ACE. Adobe Certified Associate is the first level of certification. This basically says that you have entry-level skills to use the application, to build projects, to build designs, and to communicate it. Once you become professional with the software, you can take the ACE exam, Adobe Certified Expert, to become an expert. Okay? This is the highest level exam from Adobe. Both exams, you can find all the information about the exams on the Adobe website, adobe.com/support/certification. Or just go to Adobe website, adobe.com, and type in the search bar certification or certified. And you got all this information in here. Adobe Certified Associate, Adobe Certified Expert. Okay, these are links. You can find out more. With Adobe Certified Associate, the first level, you have 3 exams. One for Photoshop, one for Dreamweaver, and one for Flash. The Photoshop exam is called the Visual Communication. The Dreamweaver exam is called the Web Communication, and Flash exam is the Rich Media Communication. All the exams are computer-based. So you sit in front of the computer and you take the exam. There's no help. You can't use any help, and all the questions are computer-based. Most of the questions will be multiply answers. So you get a question and there are 4 answers. You need to select the proper answer. You will also have some practical questions where you'll be supposed to do something on the screen. For example, on the Photoshop exam, you may have a question. In your layers panel, there's a layer called bridge. Please convert this layer to a smart object. So what you will need to do, you will see the Photoshop window as like a screenshot. And you need to go to the layers panel, click on the layer to highlight it, then right click on the layer and select convert to smart object, or go to the layers menu and select smart object, convert to a smart object. On the ACE exam, on the other hand, all the questions are theoretical questions. AC exam. AC exam is much harder. I myself took loads of these exams with Photoshop and Dreamweaver and Flash and Lightroom, and they all are theory questions. You have a question and 4 answers, and you need to select the best answer. Sometimes you need to select 2 or 3 answers. Okay? So it doesn't have to be just one. When you prepare for the ACE exams, you can also find out information on the website how to prepare for these exams. On the right hand side there's a link to available ACE exams and preparation resources. If you click on it, you see all the exams that are available. Okay, a list of the exams. For example, if I scroll down here, there's Adobe Photoshop CS4 ACE exam, and you've got some documents that you can prepare for. If I just click on this link for the English version, this will open a PDF document that tells you what you need to know, what areas does the exam cover, and there are some sample questions as well, so you can see what you can expect from the exam. Right, so it's Adobe Certified Expert Program for Adobe Photoshop. I'll just zoom out a bit. Okay, these are the areas that you need to know and how many questions you can expect. Right now, it also tells you what the percentage view for the minimum required to pass, and this differs from one exam to another. And some sample questions at the end here, some sample questions that you need to know. Okay, loads of help, really nice. The exams are priced at 135 euros. So here in the UK it's about £100 or £90. Depends, the price changes. Well, this price doesn't change, but the British or German or Italian price changes. Okay, well no, in Italy you've got the euros as well. And you can register for the exam in here by Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE is the company behind all the exams. Okay, that's to start with. Have a look on that if you're interested in becoming certified, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help. Okay, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon. That's it for today. Thank you for stopping by and watching episode 18 of Photoshop Lightroom TV, and I hope to see you next week. Okay, once again, I'm Marek Mularczyk from sitetraining.co.uk, leading expert in Adobe Certified Training in the UK, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.